Welcome back to the KOM Morning News. We try to get her on each and every month, and you know what? I kind of failed in this aspect. It has been a while since we caught up with our good friend Emily Frankowski, who is in charge of Connect to Culture in Joplin. We affectionately refer to her as E. Frank, but she is in charge of the organization that does such a great job bringing us so much culture, entertainment, and arts here to the four states. Emily, thank you for joining us this morning. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having us.
So I know it's been a while since we talked, but I heard February certainly was a success for you.
Yes, February was busy. It was full of arts and culture. Obviously, as the weather continues to warm up, a lot more is in store for April and beyond.
Well, let's talk a little bit about a band that you have coming that is actually going to be performing tomorrow, and so this is really interesting. And speaking of weather, they may not be acclimated too much to the Midwest. Their name is Las Cafeteras. They're from East LA, and you've been fortunate enough to bring this very unique sound to the four states. Kind of tell us a little bit about the band.
Yeah, the band is from East LA, as you said. They formed in 2005. Are great friends. They have an activist background. They're very interested in social happenings around the world, and they just have this sound that's completely their own. They're so energetic, very magnetic performers. They have a mixture of rock, hip hop, rancheras. They sing in English, Spanish, and Spanglish. So this is really, it's world music as well as, learning more about the Mexican culture and different things like that. But we also have an outreach. So today we're going to go over to MSSU. The group's going to work with students there. And then the public performance, like you said, is on April 2nd, this Saturday. It will either be outside at Joplin Empire Market, but if it's too cold, we'll be inside Central Christian Center downtown. So make sure to go to our website to figure out where it will be.
And once again, that's coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And like Emily said, make sure you check to see if it's inside or outside. And you can buy tickets in advance, but you can also get them at the door. Am I right on that?
You're right. In advance or at the door.
So one of the things that I always find amazing about, number one, your organization, but number two, your role in particular is how did you come across Las Cafeteras? What was your in, if you could? And then how were you able to work with Missouri Southern to put this outreach together? Because I was not aware of this aspect as far as their tour goes and what they were doing in Joplin.
Yeah, so the first time we heard this group was in 2019 at a conference that we attended, and it was one of the showcase artists. And to be a showcase artist at one of these conferences is a big deal. Literally, I am not joking when I say that the entire, performing arts center that they were performing in, for a bunch of performing arts presenters that put on these shows, was up out of their seats, dancing, clapping, just having the time of their life. They're just such an inspirational group, and I became a huge instant fan of them after just watching them one time. So I'm excited to see them again. And then for MSSU, they're just such a great partner of ours that we talked to their DEAI task force they've got over there going on. And they totally jumped at the opportunity to host these artists and have them work with students of all kinds.
Now, I know that's going to take place later this afternoon before tomorrow's concert. Do you have any idea as far as what kind of outreach or what kind of program or kind of the message that they deliver to students?
Yeah, so this workshop will be all about building bridges through music, and that's a big part of what Las Cafeteras is all about. They really believe that music can bring people together and can place those differences aside so that we can all find common ground and build a world where many worlds fit. So it's really going to be this message of unity.
That's amazing. And so once again, Las Cafeteras, if you're interested in looking them up, I even listened to a little bit of their music here and just wanted to be kind of familiarize myself before you and I spoke. But once again, that is coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. You can buy tickets in advance at connecttoculture.org. Or as Emily said, also too, check the website to see if it's inside or outside. You can also get those tickets at the door. So Emily, now that we've got that concert down on the calendar, it happens to be National Poetry Month as well. Can I take a quick break and ask you to come back and let's go through the events? Because you've got a slew of National Poetry Month events that I'd love to catch up with you on.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back with more KOM Morning News. Emily, thank you, and I'll see you here in just a little bit. We'll be back with more KOM Morning News right after this.